According to the National Kitchen and Bath Association, 1 in 10 households will undergo a kitchen remodel in 2017. So how do we go about figuring out and getting what we really want? HGTV's Kelly Edwards joins us this morning to give us a little guidance for creating that bucket list-worthy space. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
So here's the golden question for me. Why are so many of us doing away with our old kitchens right now?
You know what? Everybody gathers in the kitchen. It is the hub of the house. You know, this is the place where recently, even in the past 10 years, instead of focusing on the living room, everyone's focusing on the kitchen as well. Not just because of the great resale value or anything like that. It's really because food has been kind of a cornerstone now for getting families together and entertaining, that everybody wants to hang out in the kitchen at all times. If you ever notice, everywhere you go, you're always standing in the kitchen of someone's house versus the living room, more often.
True. Now, when we're thinking about that kitchen remodel, what's the single most important factor we need to consider?
I tell everybody, if you're going to focus on the kitchen, focus on the cabinets. Obviously, they are the largest and most striking feature of your kitchen. And last year, in terms of trends, gray was really popular. And that has kind of segued over to 2017. Gray, again, being super popular. In this kitchen I'm standing in right now, we have these gorgeous gray cabinets. These are actually the Martha Stewart Living Pure Style in Sharky Gray. Love, love, love these. They are a great base, recycled wood. They have great storage, and they're also durable. Now, they come in a variety of colors, which I love. They resist heat, they resist moisture, and they're easily wipeable. So let's say you get a stain on your cabinet, grab a damp cloth, just wipe it off, and it is so simple and easy, which makes everybody's life easier, which everybody needs right now. Not to mention storage. Now, everyone's looking for storage. In these cabinets, you can store your trash cans, your recycle bins. You can even store your pet feeders. So when I say there's something for everybody in these cabinets, there's even something for your pets.
Oh my gosh, even Fido, that's pretty impressive. So I know that when we've undergone our little minor remodeling projects in our house, we haven't done anything big yet. There's always some kind of surprise that pops up that we haven't expected. So when we're talking about a kitchen remodel, what do you think is the biggest surprise we might encounter?
Oh boy, in a kitchen remodel, what you might encounter. You know, construction can be very, very, very finicky. You assume,
Yep.
You know what I would think? Budget. I mean, it's funny because people have a budget for what they think they want to spend, but they don't realize in construction, you need to pad that just a little bit. Now, that's something that people don't realize. And I have a lot of clients of mine that say, what is it going to cost for me to do this? And I say, well, it may cost you $25,000, but you have to add an extra $1,000 for incidental things that come up. Once you take out those cabinets, there's unforeseen things behind the walls that were maybe there since the day that house was born that you had no idea was there.
Absolutely. I have definitely heard that more than once. So one of the things that we did do in our kitchen is we replaced the faucet. Is that something that we should definitely do when we're remodeling?
Oh my gosh, yes, the faucet. This faucet that I have here in my kitchen, absolutely gorgeous. So here's the deal when you're updating your kitchen. People assume they use their cabinetry a lot. You use your faucet even more. So in terms of your faucet, you want it to be functional, but you also want it to be stylish. Now, the one I have with me is the Kohler Barossa Touchless. I love it because it has a high arc, which means you can wash those large pots easily. But it also has touchless activation. And what that means is that it has a state-of-the-art sensor to prevent any false activation. So when you're not in the room, it won't go off. I believe this is the future of faucets, the touchless. Stainless steel finish, it's scratch shield technology, which is amazing. And when it's paired with this Kohler Whitehaven sink, I think this really gives the overall trend and the overall look for 2017. This whole thing together, the farmhouse sink, the everything. I also think, aside from the faucet, if you want more of an inexpensive update to your kitchen that you can do is with changing out your hardware in your kitchen cabinets. Now, I have the Liberty hardware here, which is satin nickel, but you may want to go with the chrome. You may want to go with the gold, or in my opinion, what's also trending for 2017 is a matte black.
Oh, wow. I would never think about putting black in my kitchen, but actually I guess it maybe depends on your entire design scheme, huh?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so your kitchen, if you were remodeling your kitchen right now in 2017, aside from the touchless faucet, which sounds amazing, and I feel like I have to go and get one right now, What are 2 or 3 must-have elements for you personally?
Oh boy, the 2 or 3 must-have items. Well, I feel like you have to start, this is what I tell every designer. First, decide if you're a DIYer or you're not a DIYer. So that depends on what to really do in your kitchen. I think the touchless faucet that you can do yourself, an absolute must. I think changing out your hardware, an absolute must. I think hiding your storage, hiding, like I mentioned, the trash can, hiding the pet feeder, even in your toe kick in the bottom is a must-have. Or even if you want to have a pull-out drawer in your toe kick that the kids can stand on to wash their hands at the sink, that's a must-have. Things for pets, things for kids, things that are convenient. Now, if you don't know how to design your kitchen, this is what I tell everybody. Go to a Home Depot, find a kitchen expert, and have them help you. That is why they're there. So when you're going to find kitchen cabinetry, you can decide if you want custom or you want in stock. They make it super easy for you. If you decide that you want custom kitchen cabinetry, you go to their kitchen expert at Home Depot. You tell them that's what you want. They can show you everything from waterfall islands, frameless. Maybe you want a great color like a deep navy, or maybe you want an amazing brand like the Thomasville Studio 1904, craft made, or even American Woodmark. On the flip side of that, let's say you want something that's in stock because you do have a budget. Hampton Bay has these amazing shaker cabinets that are in satin white that to me are very classic. You can accessorize to make them modern or traditional, or if you're like me and you want to make them transitional, that's an option too. Again, these are all fully in stock, next day pickup, and they all ship within 48 hours. So if you don't know what you're doing in your kitchen, I always say go to a Home Depot expert to help you.
Awesome. Okay, now I have a question for you that's slightly off topic, slightly not.
Okay.
Design a dime. What's your most notable memory from that?
Oh my goodness, that's a good question. Nobody's asked me that. Well, I have to tell you about shooting the show. It was $1,000 to do each episode, and you better believe that we only spent $1,000. People don't believe it. We all did our own work. So I use a chop saw, I use a table saw, I use a tile saw. I actually did all my own work. Working behind the scenes with the guys, Ali and Frank and Bryce, I mean, it was like a dream come true. I think it was having to be so creative and, having to constantly come up with new ideas that nobody had ever come up with. Because if you think about it, I was shooting Design on a Dime at a time where there wasn't any bloggers and there wasn't a lot of Pinterest. So I actually had to come up with my own concepts and my own designs. And it's funny because now sometimes I'll be sitting around and I'll say, oh, I want to take these like copper pipes and make this like plant stand, or I want to walk down the aisles of Home Depot and I want to grab like this piece of metal and make an address plaque out of it. And then I look it up on Pinterest and it's already been done 100 times. So it's kind of like back in the day, I used to be the one that came up with those ideas, and now it's like everybody's doing it. So, it's kind of a juxtaposition of loving and hating it at the same time. But let me tell you, Design on a Dime was the best 3 years of my life.
Awesome. Well, it's a great show. So where can we go for more information?
Well, if you're not a DIYer, you don't want to do it yourself, you can always go into a Home Depot, ask a kitchen expert to help you. They can certainly do that. Or on the flip side of that, all you need to do is homedepot.com.
Great. Okay, well, Kelly, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.